everybody says was the good kid, was the quiet kid, was the well-reserved person. But as soon as I start seeing things for what they are, like I started out little. I started out just saying like, that's not right. As soon as I say that's not right, somebody has so much to say about me just saying that's not right. And I'm the reserved one. I'm the one that, don't speak my mind or plays it cool or stuff like that. And so, I wouldn't say I went through a transition of being like that type of person, because I still feel like I'm more put together and like I can articulate myself more, but I can start seeing through more of the reserved game or like the reserved thing, like with people. So it made me like, it's
also
not
biracial. I think that helps too, being biracial.
But it also made me like realize like it doesn't really matter how somebody. Not saying it doesn't matter how somebody carries themselves, because that's crazy to say. But it doesn't really matter until you take a look into what's going on. Like, why is this person carrying themselves like this? That's why I say like, if you can't take a look into even why Jay-Z carries himself like this, or why is he carrying himself more reserved, and why does that make him more of a fit for running for president versus somebody that may not be as reserved but say what's on their mind, or may not be as reserved but has better intentions, or actually maybe knows more what they're doing. I just feel like everybody deserves that space.
Even back in the day, and he probably it wasn't even his time, or for a black man rather, it wasn't his time. But I didn't even really take him too serious. Jesse Jackson, when he was running for president.
Jesse Jackson, I don't even remember that. I mean, I don't even know if I was around.
Yeah, that was in the 80s.
So I gotta do research on him though.
Yeah, Jesse Jackson ran for president.
Well, who was Jesse Jackson? Was he like a?
He's a political activist.
A political activist. Okay.
Yeah.
He ran for president for real?
Yeah.
And how did people receive? Like, what was his character?
It wasn't his time.
It wasn't
not
his
him
time
per se, but as a black man, America wasn't ready for that.
Yeah.
I heard
it's like America wasn't ready for like when Hillary Clinton was running for president. We're not ready for a woman to be in office just yet. Though it's going to happen. Just like it happened with Barack. It was time. Well, a woman is going to get in there, but we're just not ready just yet.
Almost.
We ain't ready for that yet. We're not ready for all those emotions, and it's going to be different.
I feel like we should be. I feel like we would be ready right now, though. Like at this point in time,
woman, like it's strong women out here, but a lot of that strength also is going to be backed by a lot of emotions too. Coming from a woman, so
yeah.
I feel like we ready for. I feel like more so we need more of that though, and that's how I feel like.
That, what's her name? Kamala Harris. That she's vice president. We kind of close
to a woman in power,
and so having to be a black woman in there as well. So
hers is not even black though. Hers is like Indian, and they use like the drop rules and the rules amongst the rules to try to make black people satisfied in politics. That's literally just what I read, so I don't know if she really is. Yeah, I don't know what.
It's something Ice Cube said. He got a little video out. I don't know how old or new it is.
Okay.
He said he spoke his truth and said that none of these presidents, really doing anything good for this country. And I agree with it.
I mean, the reality is you can't put all that on them either.
Yeah, it's not really the president per se.
They're just the face.
Yeah, they're just the face, Barack,
so that's why I'm like, why
a lot of people get mad at Barack Obama. Oh man, what he do for the black community? He been president 8 years, and that pisses me off when I hear that, because for one, he got a whole country to run. He just can't be sitting around trying to tend to each black community in America. That's unrealistic. And at the same time, what are you doing for your own black community? You're just looking for handouts because we have a black president in the seat. And then at the same time, you got to consider the people that actually run the country. these billionaires like the Rothschilds and Rockefeller families, and there's another family that's just as big as the Rothschilds, so that actually run the country. So yeah, I think I did hear that.
It's the Rothschilds, Paspers.
Yeah, Rockefeller. And I think it's like 4 or 5 of them all together. I was reading it last year. And they don't want dictate all that stuff. Barack didn't get in there on his own. They chose him. Yeah, they chose him. Because for one, I mean, this is my personal belief that they chose him like right after all that mess took place with Bush, and he came behind and had to pick a ball. And now what the country doing? They blaming Barack for all the mess that Bush created. Now he spent his whole 8 years cleaning up Bush mess when he really couldn't even do the things that he really wanted to do as president. But they put the blame on him as if he created all that nonsense.
But ain't that how it go, period? Because don't they kind of do the same
when
thing?
Bill Clinton was in office, everybody was chilling. The real estate game, everybody was making money. The interest rates was real low. We ain't really had no issues. There wasn't no wars going on. As soon as Bush came into office, what happened? 9/11 took place. And that's not the first one. The first, not 9/11, but the first attack was back in, I think 90, when they tried to blow up the World Trade Center. I don't know if y'all remember that.
It was like an attempt.
Y'all remember that?
Was it an attempt?
Yeah. The first time they drove a van.
I heard about it. Yeah,
drove
with
a
the
van
bombs.
underneath with the bomb, and it shook it a little bit. But Bush was in office, and then the next time, they did it, and they accomplished it. Their goal to destroy the World Trade Center. So that was bad, man.
Yeah.
And then Obama clean up his mess. He spent his whole 2 terms cleaning up this man's mess. And he's sitting back quiet. You don't even hear nothing else from Bush. Him or his father.
Why would you after all that? Yeah, I don't know.
Everybody looking at Obama like he a bad guy now because he couldn't get certain things done.
I mean, I also heard that he put a lot of black people in jail, which
But again, you got to remember, there's people behind him. He not making all these decisions for himself.
I mean, same thing with
not even just him, just all the presidents that's in the seat. That's
so
just
you
like
say the same thing for Trump?
Yeah, absolutely.
You feel like Trump had more power than Barack Obama?
I think he had.
I think so because he's white and he got more money.
White. Yeah, absolutely.
And he got more money. He got more connections.
Yeah.
The fact that he's cool with Putin and all these people.
Yeah. That's my personal belief.
And he was friends with JFK.
It's just like having a company. That's all what this country really is. It's a big ass
company
business. And we are the employees.
So when we say this, do you not? Now that we say this, you don't think that Kanye trying to get with Trump makes sense at all after all this we just said?
I don't know. I would have to go back and like revisit that again.
Because I got this. All right, this is another theory. Not even a theory. This is what I've observed from over time, being like so deep into hip hop and stuff like that.
You guys want
I've
water?
observed.
Yeah. Want water?
Yeah, please. Hip hop, and my theory is that hip hop is black people politics, like black politics in America. Like it's almost a replica of the white people government system in a way in America. Just black people. Like I would say Jay-Z would probably be the president of hip hop right now.
Just on a smaller platform.
On a smaller platform, but crazily enough, it's so worldwide now that that's why I say it's hard to say that Kanye and Obama aren't on the same level because they both come. If Obama's on that in the white people platform doing that whatever politics he's doing, and he's Barack Obama, and Kanye West is part of hip hop, and as big as he is in hip hop, he's Kanye West. Like everybody in hip hop knows his name. At this point, he's a household name because of the Taylor Swift thing, because of just his shoe deals because of him being a billionaire, him being with a Kardashian, just on a, it would be like almost under the table politics in a way. It's like you go to a job and you're not getting paid by clocking in. You go to a job and you're getting paid because you're doing something because somebody giving you like the physical money, and it's like off the books, but you may just be doing the same thing somebody else is doing, just not getting paid for it. Like I feel like a lot of the hip hop artists do more for the black communities than like any person in politics can do. And then it may be a lot of it, and I say a lot of good things, but I mean it also comes with a lot of bad things. But I think the bad things are already in place the same way they were already in place as if you were speaking about it from a government standpoint, where they say black people or like people in the hood are just lazy, or they do drugs and stuff all day, and rappers glorify it and stuff like that. But the record labels make their money off of that, and they endorse it.
Yeah.
And the black people
They're making money off our pain.
And more so in hip hop, where most people are rapping about it because that's their real life, or like that's what they come from and see. Aside from all like you could tell the clown rappers from the real rappers and stuff like that, but somebody of Kanye West stature that's like really actually talked about something, really put himself out there to be a voice for people and stuff like that.
I'd say 70% of these rappers are phony.
Oh yeah, no, I feel like
maybe even more.
A lot of big, like I said, even the other day when I was like going through this situation I'm going through right now, it ain't no way a lot of these rappers is like really living through some type of struggle and being around to rap about it without having some type of push up, because it's hard out. It really, when you really live in life and it's hard, it's really hard.
Yeah.
And you may not even be able to focus on like rap at a specific time unless, I mean, granted, I got a family and I'm doing it and stuff like that, so I never know for somebody that doesn't have a family. But yeah, it's hard, man.
I say somebody like Beanie Siegel, he was real.
Beanie Siegel, I feel like
just to throw that out there. I mean, I could name quite a few, man. Especially, I mean, back then too.
Yeah, I feel like it's less. I feel like it's less
no, was he
in
around
this
in the
generation.
90s? I think he's from the 2000s, Beanie Siegel.
I heard.
But I mean, in comparison from the rappers from back then, the 80s and 90s, especially to now, because it was more authentic back then.
Yeah, it had to be. Because of the way hip hop started, like it was all authentic, and then it started getting like real political or gentrified. I guess that's the word for it. But that's why there's so much opinion in hip hop about who's part of hip hop and who's not, and that's why I say it's more like a black people politics thing now. Because
DMX was real.
Yeah.
Nas real.
Yep, DMX, Nas, and it's more like all these people can. Man, you gotta watch the Sunday.
There's so many.
The Black Future video. That's crazy.
Yeah, Kanye's Black Future.
Kanye has a Black Future brunch.
He has like a brunch.
It's literally like
it's
not part of this. It's a separate video, and it's he got together a bunch of black people that
artists,
black artists, not just
activists.
artists, like black activists, black people that have media, black people that own stations, like. And it was like, let's make it a Black Future Month, and like
so Black History.
It's like really, you can see how hip hop turns into politics for black people in America, and what the power that.
But it's always been that way.
Yeah, the
really
power that's behind it is almost like I said from my observation, you could really compare it to the governmental structure of America.
I think that's why Tupac was such a big deal too.
Yeah, it's like
he was very politics.
I feel like a lot of white people or people in like political power try to tear down hip hop because it could be something that really competes with the government system. Because
think about what school was that? Yale or
and it's all about influence.
It's about influence.
Like Yale.
And in this day and age, influencer, like we're telling you about these jobs, like those are influencers. Like those are influencer jobs.
Yep.
In this day and age, influence runs everything.
Show
And the
up.
biggest influence on anything right now, music wise, is hip hop. The
Yep.
biggest influence fashion wise
Number one
right now
genre.
is hip hop. The
You got
biggest
people over in
influence.
Africa, China,
Everybody
Malaysia,
wants to be
everybody
like
breakdancing,
yeah.
wearing the same clothes, you know, our
gold
haircuts
chains, haircuts,
Yeah.
everything like that.
pants sag, you know. they
Even
got
doing our content on YouTube.
Mhm.
They go other places and they doing it in their countries, doing the content we doing.
Yep.
They're doing the same videos we're doing, everything.
They want
Everything's
to
smart
be
right
us,
now.
man.
Yeah, and that's why I said I
wanna be
think
black.
it could definitely hip hop alone could hold its own. I'm not saying against the government as in like overthrowing it or nothing, but I'm saying like I feel like it's a force that they don't want people to really understand or acknowledge like how important hip hop is.
Yeah.
But that's why I think people like Jay-Z and Kanye West and like Beyonce and them are very important people in this time period because
Yeah.
they really are like the president or like the what is it called, the people that make the decisions for the president,
Congress.
the Congress for black people, because
Mhm.
whatever Beyonce say or
Kendrick
do,
Lamar.
whatever Kendrick Lamar say or want people to do, that's black.
Kendrick Lamar.
They gonna do it. Like
Yeah, he's on that level.
yeah, I think Kendrick Lamar is on.
Well,
that
it's
level.
more so our generation.
Yeah, it's
like
for
people gotta consider our generation starting to shift to
yeah.
become slowly like the forefront.
Mm-hmm.
So I know older generations are still
Yeah,
here.
older generations are
still
still here.
very active and
But that's
still
why I
very
say
important.
Congress, because you
I do be
consistently
hearing
adding
things
people.
about him, but you know, they're like, yeah, Kendrick Lamar.
You gotta hear his album. Have you listened to his new album?
Yeah,
I'm sure I
I
heard
really love
his
it.
songs, but I've never.
Nah,
realized
listen.
it was him.
I never.
He got content. He don't got a song. Like that's the thing about Kendrick Lamar. Like he got stuff that is like. I mean, it's probably something that you can compare it
So
to
it's
from back
conscious.
then.
Yeah, we not
It's
talking no
very-
little